I'm coming at you with another tier list video today. So I've been wanting to rate all of the Sims 4 traits. So this tier list was made by this person right here. I will put the link to this exact tier list in the comments. So I made my own kind of ranking system here. The first option here is always using, so these are the traits that are a staple every time I'm in CAS and I make my Sims. Usually all of my Sims have this trait. I think it's one of the best traits the game has to offer. Our second option is I will use this trait to spice things up. So if I really feel like I'm sticking too much to this kind of recipe when making my Sims, I'll use this trait to make things a little different but not too extreme. This middle tier here is I don't care. I don't care whether or not my sim has this trait. Doesn't really affect me. Doesn't really affect gameplay for me. Second to last is I want nothing to do with this. I don't like this trait. It's not the worst, but I do not want my sim to have this trait. I think it's kind of annoying. And our last one is we'll never use this trait. We'll use CAS full edit mode to get rid of it, which is a cheat if you guys didn't know. I'm sure all of you know. I will go out of my way and make them get rid of the trait and put in a new one because I do not like this trait. I think it's the worst. I think it's annoying. I think it affects gameplay when my Sims have this trait. It's just like overall the worst. So just as a disclaimer, I do not own all of the packs. In the description it says all traits from The Sims 4 up to The Sims 4 Businesses and Hobbies, which it was in May, I believe it came out in. So this is kind of every single trait that The Sims has released since then. But I do have a list of traits here on the Sims Wiki. I'm sure you guys all know of this website, and I have used it a couple times, but it literally has every single trait. I even saw the new Enchanted by Nature traits on here, which is pretty cool. It's very updated. Our first trait here is ambitious, and I'll read like a little tiny description if it's not kind of obvious what the trait is. This is from base game. I'm also going to try and guess which packs each trait is from. So this could be false information. If you really want to see where the trait is from, I'd go on the website. I'm gonna guess just for like fun. These Sims gain powerful moodlets from career success and gain negative moodlets from career failure, may become tense if not promoted. I do appreciate it, but I never use it. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in don't care. Up next is cheerful. So this is from base game and it says these Sims tend to be happier than other Sims. Cheerful is one that I'm always using. I love cheerful Sims. I think it's awesome when they're sad, like after a death or something, you can click on them and it'll say look at the bright side and it'll help their sad moodlet go away. Next up is childish. This is also from base game. I think a lot of these are. And the description says these Sims gain powerful moodlets from watching the Kids Network, become playful when playing with children, and become happy when playing with children's toys. So I will use childish to spice things up. I think it's kind of nice to have that extra option to have your Sim, you know, be able to get along with children so well and gain positive moodlets from that. I like that my Sim can go play with the dollhouse and it's like something else that my Sim can do to get their fun up. I'm always looking for ways to get my Sims fun up. But I kind of think it's a little bit of a useful thing, but I don't use it all the time. So next is clumsy, and clumsy is from base game. Description says these Sims fail more often at physical activities and tend to laugh at failure instead of becoming upset. So I'm sure you guys have had the experience of when your Sim is running on a treadmill and they fall and your game will prompt you to embrace the clumsy trait. I don't really care for clumsy at all. I don't think it super impacts gameplay. Next is creative. So this is also base game. These Sims tend to be inspired, can share creative ideas with other Sims, and may become upset if they're not creative for a period of time. So really any trait that a Sim becomes upset when they're not doing something for a period of time is not my favorite. I usually tend to not gravitate towards those. I do use it like kind of often, but I mean it's a little annoying. But I'm gonna put it in don't care. It's not the worst. Next is erratic. So erratic is base game, so is this one. I don't know if I mentioned that. The description says these Sims can talk to themselves and have unpredictable emotions. I do not like playing with erratic Sims. I don't like even being near other erratic Sims. In my experience, when my Sim is like friends with erratic Sims or dating another erratic Sim, the other person is constantly like fighting with them, yelling at them, pranking them. I just like really do not like this trait. It really does impact gameplay, I feel like, for the Sim themselves and the Sims around them, which I think it's kind of cool when traits have depth like that, but erratic is not for me. I do not like it. Next up is Genius. Genius is base game. These Sims tend to be focused, can share ideas with other Sims, and may become upset if they haven't improved their mental skills for some time. So I'm going to put Genius and don't care, but it's kind of like creative where if your Sim isn't practicing their mental skills, they get a negative moodlet. Gloomy. So Gloomy is also base game. These Sims tend to be sad, can share melancholy thoughts to other Sims, and while sad, gain a boost to their creative. Actually didn't know that they get a boost to their creative skill. Never use Gloomy at all. This one is high maintenance. Like there's a little lotus flower as the pack symbol on this website, so I'm gonna guess this is from that spa pack. I forget what it's called right now. These Sims require extra work to keep in good condition. Their problems sometimes appear trivial and may even appear out of the blue. That one sounds quite interesting. It doesn't necessarily sell me on the pack, but I mean, I would use it and try it out. It doesn't seem bad. I'm gonna put it in don't care just because I haven't used it, but it seems kind of interesting. Hot-headed. So hot-headed is from base game. These Sims tend to be angry, can rile up other Sims, and become angry when targeted with mischief. I do not like hot-headed Sims. Same reason I don't really like erratic Sims. Next up is Lovebug. I absolutely love this little trait symbol. I think that is so cute. My guess is that it's from Lovestruck. I feel pretty confident in that guess. The description for Lovebug is, Sims with this trait are constantly swept up in the whirlwind of romance, fall in love easily, often wearing their hearts on their sleeves. I love this. This sounds so cool, and this kind of sold me on the pack. I like building families and everything and having relationships, so I feel like I would love this trait. Sounds really fun to have a Sim, you know, fall in love easily, because I feel like building romantic relationship in The Sims is like hard enough as is. This is a pretty cool trait to kind of break that up. If I had this pack, I would always be using it, I think. Next up is Paranoid. I can't even begin to assume what pack this is from. Like I said, if you want to know the exact pack, go look at the website that I put in my comments, the Sims Wiki, because I'm not a reliable source here. I'm just having fun guessing which packs they're from. Paranoid Sims feel that danger is around them at every corner and that people are always talking about them. Paranoid Sims feel a sense of security when hanging out in basements. That's pretty cool. It's funny because I just did a video on Sims 4 packs and they had a basement stuff pack, and I was like, I wonder like why people would be using that besides like gameplay and making Sims live in a basement, you know, like a Satch on Sims type thing. I feel like he'd make a video like that. Probably for this pack right here. This sounds pretty interesting. I feel like I would use it every so often, maybe to spice things up. Practice makes perfect, so this is base game. Sims with this trait learn skills faster, even if they are a bit slower at first. So I just used this trait for one of the first times recently, and I actually really liked it. I don't think I would always use it, but I would use it to spice things up. Romantic, also base game. These Sims tend to be flirty and may become sad if they don't have any romantic social interactions for a period of time. That goes along with don't care with these ones. I don't like when there's a negative moodlet when you don't do something for a long time. I just think that's kind of annoying and too high maintenance for my type of play. Every time they're on high autonomy, my Sim ends up cheating on their partner, so just not for me. I like really never use it. One here is romantically reserved. I think this is another Lovestruck one. These Sims often tread carefully in the realm of love, preferring to take their time and build solid emotional connections before jumping headfirst into romance. Sounds kind of interesting. I think I would use it to maybe spice things up sometimes if I own this pack. Self-assured, this one is base game. These Sims tend to be confident. I would probably use this pretty often. Next up is Squeamish. So Squeamish is from Outdoor Retreat. I do have this one. They are nauseated by the sight of creepy crawlies, vomiting, violence, and death. These Sims become uncomfortable near anything dirty. I did accidentally have my Sim play with this one. I'll elaborate more when I discuss another trait that I have used. I honestly found the Squeamish trait to be pretty annoying. When my Sim had a kid, she would be grossed out every time she would change a diaper. It was a little much. But I do think it's kind of fun to spice things up. I recently gave one of my Sims this trait to spice things up because, like, why not? It's not that bad, but it's like kind of funny that they get grossed out by, you know, certain things. Unflirty. Okay, I think this one is City Living. These Sims get tense around flirty Sims and seldom get flirty themselves. Personally, for me, anytime my Sim gets rejected, the Sim prompts me to switch out, you know, my flirty trait for this one, unflirty, which is kind of rude. I don't really want anything to do with this one. Like I said, romantic interactions are hard enough. I don't want anything to make it any harder. This one right here is Wise. I can't even tell you what pack it's from. The little symbol does not look familiar at all, so I guess only Elder Sims can have this trait. Sim who's experienced enough life to know what really matters. These Sims enjoy reminiscing and sharing life's wisdom. Emotional intelligence reduces their angry and uncomfortable thoughts. That sounds pretty interesting. I kind of don't care though, to be honest. Art Lover. So this is base game, and it says these Sims gain powerful moodlets when viewing works of art. They can admire art and discuss art. I don't really care for this one. I don't really ever use this one. I feel like it doesn't really impact gameplay in my opinion. Bookworm. So Bookworm is also base game. But these Sims gain powerful moodlets from reading books and can analyze books and discuss books in unique ways. I feel like it doesn't really impact gameplay like this one kind of. Dance Machine. This one is from Get Together, which I do have. These Sims can't wait to get down, boogie, and party all night. When at venues like bars, nightclubs, and lounges, these Sims can get a burst of energy with the party time interaction. I feel like I would use it to spice things up. I don't think it added a whole lot of gameplay, but like it's like kind of cool to have, I guess. Foodie. So Foodie is base game, and I do like this trait a lot. I do use it a lot, but the one annoying thing is that when you make a drink or when you get a drink from a bar, they always get an uncomfortable moodlet because the drink isn't good enough for them, and I just find that really annoying. I do use it a lot. But do I enjoy it completely? No. Geek. So Geek is base game. Sims become happy when reading sci-fi or playing video games, may become tense if they haven't played much. I mean, I don't really care for this one. I had one of my recent Sims use this. I thought it was kind of helpful to just have my Sim play video games, and she was very happy with it. Loves the outdoors. This is from base game, and the description says, Sims can enthuse about nature to other Sims and become happy when outdoors. So this is another one of those things where I think you get a negative moodlet when you haven't gone outdoors in a while. And I can tell you now, my Sims rarely go outdoors, so I usually do not use this one. Next up is Maker. My guess is Eco Lifestyle. Just become happy when making things. They become sad when it's been too long since completing a project on a fabricator, all that stuff. I'm going to put it here if they become sad if they haven't made things for too long, like same reason as the other one. Music Lover. So Music Lover is base game, and Sims gain powerful moodlets and boost their fun need when listening to music. I actually didn't know it boosted their fun need, so that's kind of useful. Like I said, I'm always looking for things to boost their fun need. I feel like I will use this to spice things up. Recycle Disciple. So like I said, I think this is Eco Lifestyle. These Sims are rabid recyclers that benefit from recycling and rummaging for bits and pieces. I'm going to put it here. I want nothing to do with this. Seems cool, I guess, but you know, same reason as the other ones. Active. So I feel like this is a classic Sims trait. This is base game. Sims tend to be energized, can pump up other Sims, and may become upset if they don't exercise for a period of time. I use this one quite often. I'm hesitant in using it because of that negative, other side of them being unhappy when they haven't exercised in a while. But I'll use it to spice things up. I like this trait. Adventurous. I had to guess. I forget what the pack is called, but it'd be the one that's snowy. Is it Snowy Retreat? Something like that. These Sims seek out new and unique experiences. I don't really care for this. This doesn't sound super intriguing to me. Next up is Chased by Death. Obviously, this one is from Life and Death. That's my guess. Chased by Death Sims know that death follows their every move. While risky and dangerous behaviors may have deadly consequences, frequent near-death experiences give these Sims a desire to live each day to the fullest. I feel like I would use this one to spice things up. Like I said, I don't own it, but it sounds like a very interesting concept, having your Sim be aware of their own mortality. They have more of a desire to be fulfilled in the things that they do. Child of the Islands. This one's obviously island living. These Sims experience a spiritual connection to the islands of Sulani. They honor the islands by partaking in their culture, summon powerful elements. This one sounds pretty interesting. I feel like if I was living in Sulani, I'd like this. If I wasn't, maybe I wouldn't use it. Child of the Ocean, also island living. Answer the call of the ocean. Sims with this trait will prefer water-related activities, feel closer to the sea. I don't think I'd care a lot for this one if I owned it. This one is Child of the Village. I feel like this one should give away what pack this is from, but I still don't. Even in the description, it says that these Sims love feeling anchored to their community and to Morani culture. But I forget which pack this is from. They like to keep in touch with their loved ones, engage in activity that remind them of being home. I would love this, I feel like. I feel like this would be in an always using. Like I said, I love family gameplay. This one's also Eco Lifestyle. That's my guess. I'm pretty positive. These Sims reject consumer. Did I say this is Freegan? This is Freegan. These Sims reject consumerism and prefer to reduce wasteful spending by any means. They enjoy finding reused or thrown away goods, and they become uncomfortable if they spend too much money. Basically, being able to successfully dumpster dive and find good stuff sounds kind of interesting. I feel like I would use it for fun, maybe. If you have eco lifestyle, let me know how often you use this one. Glutton. So this is base game. I will use this one to spice things up. Sims have a greater negative reaction to hunger. They always enjoy eating, basically no matter what the quality. So your sim can eat spoiled food, poor quality food, never have a complaint about it. I think that's kind of fun, and I think it's cool. You never have to really worry about their hunger need, besides the fact that they get like a negative moodlet from it. For those of you who are still tuned in, we're about halfway it seems, so hang in there. So Green Fiend, again an eco-living one. These sims are happiest when living on a green street and will continuously work towards making their environment more eco-friendly. I don't know what a green street is because I don't own this one, but that kind of intrigues me. I think I would use this if I was living in the world. I could see myself always using it. Honestly, reading through all of the eco lifestyle traits is like kind of selling me on the pack. It sounds pretty interesting. Kleptomaniac, base game. These sims don't mind borrowing things. So basically they like to steal things, swipe things. They get tense when they haven't swiped in a while. Do like using being a klepto to spice things up. I like seeing what my sims find. Usually I won't give my main sim the klepto trait, but I'll give like their sibling the klepto trait so I can experience it, but not so like one-on-one, you know what I mean? Lactose intolerant. So this is from Cottage Living. Sims will become sick if they eat dairy. So kind of self-explanatory. Personally, do not like using these types of traits for myself. So I'm going to put it here. But I do think it's really cool when you do have a sim with a trait like this, like a food restriction trait, and there's like tons of different options that are lactose free and vegetarian. And it does make you be more intentional with your gameplay. Lazy. So Lazy's base game gain powerful moodlets from watching TV or napping. They become fatigued more quickly from exercise and grow tense when performing household chores. I love this one because I think it's relatable. I will use this one to spice things up. I think it's kind of fun. I like how your sim doesn't complain that they're sitting on the couch all day and watching TV. Like, I just love it. Next up is Macabre. So this is from Life and Death. Embrace your inner darkness and your occasional intrusions of light. Macabre sims are all about being their best, unique sim self while reveling in all that life and the afterlife has to offer. I like that description is kind of vague, to be honest, so I'm gonna put it here. I'm not really even sure what the trait does. Materialistic. So I do think this trait is kind of fun. Admire and like to brag. They like to buy new things. I feel like I would use this to spice things up, but again, I don't like the negative moodlet that comes with it, but I feel like the positive outweighs the negative. So this one is neat. This is base game. I feel like this is a classic trait. The sims have fun and are happy when they're cleaning and doing household chores. I feel like I make a lot of references back to The Sims 3, but I just can't help it. My head is still there, you know? My heart is still there. I remember in The Sims 3, I feel like this trait was a lot better than it is in The Sims 4. Like, you didn't even need to hire any maids or nannies or whatever to help you clean. They just did it themselves when they had this trait, and I feel like it's not the same with The Sims 4. When you have them go on a cleaning frenzy, they'll clean one item and then they're finished, they're done. I'm gonna say I'll use it to spice things up, even though this doesn't really spice anything up. Next up is Overachiever. My guess is University. Pretty positive on that one. Sims raise their skills when they're happy and when they finish work tasks, but they're kind of hard to get along with. I don't think I would really care for this one if I owned it. Doesn't really seem like an intriguing trait to me. Perfectionist is base game, and basically they take longer to craft items. It's kind of how it sounds. I don't ever use this one. I can put that here. Next up is Rancher, which obviously would be Horse Ranch, and these sims excel at ranch life and take pride in their work. And they enjoy caring for their livestock. I feel like that's kind of fun. I would use it, I feel like, once and then never use it again. I'm going to put it in don't care, but I feel a little bit more positively than that. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to put it up here. So Skeptical, this one is also Life and Death. They like to provide concrete proof that something is indeed as it might appear. I don't know. I feel like I don't really care about that one. Next up is Slob. This one is base game. I feel like I don't care for this one too much, but this one isn't the worst trait. Like, it's kind of nice when your house is a wreck and your sim doesn't really care. Vegetarian. This one is also base game. I'll put it next to lactose intolerant for the exact same reasons listed here. Animal enthusiast. I wanted to love this trait. Oh, this one is from Cottage Living, by the way. I wanted to love this trait. Don't care about it. I feel like it adds nothing. So this one is bro. This is base game, which I actually didn't know. So these sims can hug other bros, gain confidence around other bros, and become energized from watching sports. I don't care about this one, but I mean, it's cool, I guess. Next up is Cat Lover from Cats and Dogs. These sims tend to make cats their companions. They prefer the company of cats over other sims. I guess I would use this one to spice things up. I rarely ever make my Sims the cat lover or dog lover trait. Let me put dog lover over here while we're at it. I would use it if I was gonna do heavy animal gameplay. So this one is cringe. I don't know what pack this is from again. Sims who are obnoxiously oblivious and oftentimes met with polarizing reactions. They're unaware of their surroundings but have an adorable enthusiasm for life. I love this. I want it, and I want this pack just because of this. I think that's so funny. I will use it to spice things up for sure. So evil obviously is going to go and will never use this trait, will go into cast full edit mode to get rid of it. Why would you ever want your sim to be evil? Your sim is mean to other sims. Let me read the description. This is base game. I got too passionate for a second. Sorry about that. Sims become happy around sims with negative moodlets, can laugh maniacally, discuss evil plans, and become angry when interacting with good sims. This trait is just not for me. I'll never use it. Family oriented. This is base game, and this trait is made for me. Sims become happy around family members, sad if they don't interact with them for a long period of time, and they can boast about family. I use this probably in every single gameplay that I ever do. Really good for family players, boosts relationships. This one is generous. This is from the same pack that I don't know. I'm gonna have to look it up after, and I'm gonna be mad at myself for not knowing. Obviously, these sims are caring, empathetic, and patient. Happiest when offering their time and money to help others. They can be a little too brazen with their donations. Sweet and it's nice, but I feel like I would never use it. Next one is good. This is base game. I'm not always using this one, but I just love it. I love making my sims good. Grouch. I can't even begin to guess which pack this is from. I don't recognize the little symbol. These sims raise their mischief skill faster when playing pranks and bothering others with their surprises. I'm gonna say I want nothing to do with this. I don't own whichever pack this is, but I don't think this is a trait for me. I don't think I would like it very much, but I would use it once. I'm not gonna lie. Next up is hates children. This is base game. These sims become angry around children. They become tense after you try for baby. They can be mean to children. I've sat here for a minute trying to decide where to put this one. I wouldn't use it to spice things up. I guess I don't care. I don't think it's that bad. Sims can hate children. That's fine. Next up is horse lover, obviously from Horse Ranch. They share strong bonds with horses. They can get to know them better. I don't care about this one. This one is idealist. Idealist, I feel like it'd be cool. It doesn't seem that interesting though. It doesn't seem like it added that much into gameplay. Maybe it adds a good amount into the businesses and hobbies gameplay, but I'm gonna say I don't care. Insider, so this is from Get Together. I have this one. These sims love being in clubs and tend to be happiest when surrounded by their friends. One of my sims uses this trait right now, and I like it a good amount. I mean, whenever she's in social settings and around a lot of people, she has a positive moodlet. So I'm gonna say I'll use it to spice things up. You guys, this is the worst trait that The Sims 4 has, I think. This is base game, and these sims get jealous more easily than other sims. They gain a boost of confidence from being around their significant other, get tense when they're not around them. Worry about this one. So I was making 2 sims, and I really liked the way they looked, and the game glitched out, and I wasn't able to see their traits for some reason. They were just randomized traits, and I wasn't able to fix it, and I wasn't able to see them. So I just continued on with my day, I continued on with the game. I just left their traits as is. I remember they weren't that bad. The guy's trait was jealous and some other things, and I just left it. I didn't even change their traits. I didn't think it was that big of a deal, and boy was I wrong. Guy sim would constantly freak out every time the girl was talking to anyone. He'd always have a negative moodlet. He was the worst sim I've ever had. Jealous trait was just such a pain. It just drove me crazy. It was so annoying. I fully feel like this is the worst trait in this whole entire list. Anyways, next up is loner. Base game. These sims become happy when they're alone. They do not receive negative moodlets when their social need is low. Tense around strangers. Embarrassed more often by social rejections. Never use loner, so I'm going to say I don't care, but I don't think it's the worst, so we're going to put it here. This one is loyal. Loyal is base game. Loyal sims value their relationships and fully commit to them. They avoid lying and cheating because their loved one's trust is very important to them. Loyal is one of my favorite traits in The Sims 4. So sweet. I love it. I love when my sims have it. Sims will stand up for each other, so if someone is mean to someone they care about, then they'll go stand up for them. I just love this trait. Next up is mean. This is base games. These sims become happy when being mean or mischievous to other sims and becoming confident after winning a fight. You know how I feel about this one. Non-committal. So this is also base game. These sims become tense after a while in the same job or relationship, become happy when they quit a job or break up. I want nothing to do with it. I don't know why my sim would ever have this. Like I said, building relationships is hard enough in The Sims. I don't want to make it any harder. Nosy, so this is also from that pack that I have no idea what it is. Sims who thrive on gossip, snooping, and spying. They have incredibly poor boundaries. They don't quite understand what personal space is, and they will discover secrets by any means necessary. This sounds amazing. I'm going to use it to spice things up. Next up is Outgoing. This is base game. Sims gain powerful moodlets from friendly socialization, have their social need decay quickly, gain more negative moodlets when their social need is low. I don't like super social Sims, to be honest with you. I don't gravitate towards these a lot. I'm gonna go as far as to put it here just because it's one of those things. It reminds me of Loves the Outdoors. Like you just have to upkeep it, and I just think it's kind of annoying. Party animal. This is Discover University is my guess. These Sims tend to enjoy parties and letting other Sims know by hyping up a crowd and performing party tricks. That sounds quite interesting, but I feel like that doesn't add enough to gameplay to me. This is another one. Let me know if you've used this one and how you like it. Next one is Proper. I think this is also the one with the pack with the snow and you can go snowboarding and stuff. These Sims tend to disapprove of other Sims' improper behavior, such as being mean, but find themselves happier in formal outfits and have a much easier time with friendly and romantic socials. I think that's kind of fun that they love formal outfits because I feel like my Sims like never find an excuse to wear formal outfits, so that's kind of cute. I feel like I would never use this, but it sounds pretty cool. I wouldn't be super opposed to it. Self-absorbed. I'm assuming this one is from Get Famous. These Sims are all about themselves. They fish for compliments. They like presents, become tense when they haven't gotten enough attention. I feel like this would be fun to play with sometimes. Shady, so I think this is businesses and hobbies, and it says they excel at exploiting situation and bending rules for personal gain, often without regard for conventional ethics or fairness. I'm not gonna lie, this sounds kind of fun to use sometimes. Second to last is Snob, so this is base game. These Sims can critique work on low quality items and are bored by low brow television. I'm gonna put this one here just because I feel like I haven't used this trait in a really long time. I can't even remember what it's like. But I just feel like this trait is like hard to maintain from what I remember. The very last one is Socially Awkward, which is also from Discover University. These Sims tend to struggle in social situations, build charisma more slowly, but gain powerful moodlets and sentiments when they are able to overcome their awkwardness. This sounds like it would be kind of a pain to have your Sim have, because it seems like building relationships would be really hard. I think I'm putting it here, but I've never played with the pack, so maybe it's not that bad. Here is my official traits tier list. Please let me know what you think, and please get back to me on the traits that you feel like are so wrong. If I don't own the pack and you do, and you think one of these traits are in the completely wrong place, please let me know. Maybe they're worse or better than I even think. So thank you for watching.